Let's start with something uncomfortable. If you think buying a desktop CNC will automatically turn you into an Etsy cash machine in 2026, you might be walking straight into a very loud, very dusty, very expensive hobby. Because here's what nobody tells you. A CNC is not a printer. It's not plug and play, and it's definitely not passive. One Reddit user in r/hobbycnc put it like this: a CNC machine doesn't make money. A business makes money. The CNC is just a tool. And that's where most people get it wrong. The dream: custom signs, personalized cutting boards, engraved American flags, corporate logos, high-ticket epoxy tables. You imagine: upload design, press start, ship, profit. Reality? Clamping, surfacing, tool changes, broken bits, dust everywhere, hours dialing feeds and speeds. One YouTube commenter said, "You'll spend more time learning CAM than actually cutting." Another wrote, "It's 20% cutting wood and 80% troubleshooting." That ratio shocks beginners. Machines like the 3018 series are everywhere. Cheap, tempting, under $300. But listen to this. The 3018 is great for learning, terrible for production. That's a recurring sentiment in hobby CNC forums. Why? Weak rigidity, limited cutting area, slow material removal, inconsistent results. For business, time is money. If a $2,000 machine can do in 20 minutes what your $300 machine does in 90, you're not saving money, you're throttling your output. Now let's talk about something like the Carvera Air. Enclosed, automatic tool changer, modern UI, clean marketing. It feels like the Apple of desktop CNC. But here's a comment that stood out. At that price, you're halfway to a real production machine. That's the dilemma. At roughly $2,000 to $3,000, depending on configuration, you're not in hobby territory anymore. You're in business investment territory. So the question becomes, is it production capable? Some users love the automation. Others warn, don't confuse convenience with industrial capacity. That line hits hard because automation reduces friction, but it doesn't increase spindle power or frame rigidity beyond physics. Let's talk numbers, real numbers. Machine, $2,500. Bits, $200 to $500 to start. Dust collection, $300 to $800. Clamps, spoil boards, surfacing bits, $200 plus. Design software, if not using free, $300 plus. Materials, $300 starter inventory. You're easily at $3,500 to $5,000 before your first serious order. And here's what one Reddit user said. The machine was the cheapest part of the business. That's consistent across threads. This part kills the side hustle at night fantasy. CNC routers are loud, even enclosed ones. Dust management isn't optional, especially in a garage attached to your house. One comment, "My wife gave me a choice, the CNC or a dust system." Funny, but real. If you're in a suburban American home with HOA restrictions, this matters. Go on Etsy, search custom wood sign, engraved cutting board, engraved American flag. Thousands of listings. And someone wrote, "If your plan is to sell flags, you're already 5 years late." Brutal, but honest. In 2026, generic CNC products are saturated. You don't win with "I have a CNC." You win with distribution, brand, niche, B2B relationships. Let's be clear. Some people absolutely make money with desktop CNC, but patterns emerge. They go local. They serve businesses. They avoid Etsy price wars. Example niches: custom signage for restaurants, corporate awards, branded office decor, trade show props, custom jigs for manufacturers. One comment from a small business owner, "My money isn't in Etsy, it's in local contracts." That's a strategic shift. Worst case? You buy a $3,000 machine. You make a few gifts, list products online, get minimal traction, undervalue your time, burn out, and the machine becomes an expensive woodworking toy. One Reddit line sums it up. Most people quit before they get good. Because CNC has a steep learning curve. CAD, CAM, feeds and speeds, material science. It's not intuitive, it's technical. Here's the honest answer. Start a CNC business only if you enjoy technical problem solving, you're willing to sell aggressively, you plan to go local or niche, you see it as a 2 to 3 year skill investment. Do not start if you want passive income, if you hate troubleshooting, if you think the machine creates demand, because it doesn't. The machine is leverage, not magic. In 2026, desktop CNC is not dead, but it's no longer easy money. It's a skill-based micro-manufacturing tool, and tools reward operators, not dreamers. If you treat it like a business asset, it can pay. If you treat it like a shortcut, it will humble you. Let me tell you something most YouTube reviews won't tell you. The CNC machine is not the opportunity. The opportunity is in the operator. In 2026, machines are cheap. Information is free. Design files are everywhere. What's rare? Skill, consistency, sales ability, patience. A desktop CNC will not change your life. It will expose you. If you're impatient, you'll quit. If you hate troubleshooting, you'll blame the machine. If you don't like selling, you'll say the market is saturated. But if you treat it like a craft, if you master feeds and speeds, if you understand materials, if you build local relationships, if you sell solutions instead of products, then the same machine that collects dust in someone else's garage can quietly fund your freedom. Not because it's trendy, not because it's automated, but because you became valuable. The real question isn't, should you start a CNC business in 2026? The real question is, are you willing to become the kind of person who can make a machine profitable? Because the machine is neutral. It doesn't care about your goals. It rewards discipline and punishes fantasy. And in 2026, fantasy is everywhere. Execution is rare.